So again, Marvel with the surprise trailer. You did this before with Ragnarok, and I think you've done this before a few other times, but yeah, Marvel, once again, no fanfare, just boom, trailer. And yeah, now, honestly, I gotta be straight with you guys. I keep forgetting this movie's coming out. You know, because of Black Panther, and of course the big one, Infinity War. I consistently forget that this movie is coming out. Oh my god. Yeah, so our first trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and what did I think of it? Well, that's a hell of an intro. It's a nice little way to say, hey, this is going to be a little different from from the first movie, which is a little more like a comedy heist film. This one's more like The Fugitive, but you can shrink and grow. So, also, I don't know how far this is going to delve into Infinity War, because this is Marvel's last movie of this year. And yeah, this is going to be our first one looking into what goes on with Infinity War. But if anything, it actually feels like the fallout from Civil War. Because, yeah, this is going to be our first movie. Look, what it looks like is that it's going. I don't know how much it's going to follow this fallout of Infinity War, but it's definitely showing the fallout of what happens when you side with Cap in Civil War. So the story is that Hank Pym, Scott Lang, and Hank's daughter are Lydia. I think it's Lydia. Is it Lydia? No, it's not. I'm forgetting her name. Oh my god. Lydia? Hope? Is it Hope? I don't know, I'm just going to call her Wasp, because I've completely forgotten that character's name. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, this looks definitely like it's dealing with the fallout of Civil War, because, yeah, you don't escape from the U.S. government and think you can get away. That's not going to happen. So what I like about this is that it's really going to be feeling like a fugitive film, and it's not like, oh, I'm innocent. No, you technically broke the law, Scott. You technically broke it, and now everyone's running. And there definitely looks like they're going to be dealing with the fallout of what happens when you're living in a world of that still deals with registration, assuming they still do. I mean, for all we know, that could be the guise of what's going on. But on the other hand, it could easily be like. Hey, we're just using this as a foil so we can get that sweet Pym tech. So, Wasp's costume looks really cool. I dig that they actually have the blasters in the wing. Well, I knew from still footages we had the wings, but it was nice to have actually like to see the wasp stings in here. Paul Rudd's still kicking it as Ant-Man, still good. I would also say that it's nice to see Michael Sheen in here as Hank Pym once more. And I actually like how we're dealing with more, with the shape changing. We're really playing with the whole aspect of the whole grow big, grow small, grow big, grow small in this movie, what it looks like. Like, I love the moment at the end of the trailer where Wasp uses the Pym particles to grow like this Hello Kitty Pez dispenser to throw at a guy chasing him from a car. And it's like, hello Kitty, motherfucker! There's also some great moments, like they shrink the building they're hiding in and make it into a suitcase on wheels. I was like, god damn, that's really cool. And also, like, it's a fun little moment. But I was like, at the same time, I'm like, okay, so this had to be big. So did they install the handle and the bars inside the handle and the wheels part of the building? Or did they shrink it, install it, and then make the building big? That's actually something I'm going to think about for a while. Like, that's going to drive me fucking insane for the longest time. Because I was like, yeah, that's a cool aspect. That's a cool little trick of making the building into like a rolling suitcase. But at the same time, like, I thought about it a little more. I was like, wait, how does that work? how the hell does that work? Yeah. I'm also interested to see who is the villain in here, because I have no idea who the villain is in this movie. Because again, I keep forgetting, and I can't be the only one, I keep forgetting that this movie is still coming out at the end of the year. And, I'm really curious. Now, I've heard rumors that MODOK might be in this movie. I've heard a lot of rumors that MODOK might be this villain, might be the villain of this movie, or a villain in this movie. To which I'm like, yeah, I could roll with that. For those who don't know, I have this weird obsession with MODOK, and I don't know why. Probably because he is such a weird-ass character, and so there are some characters I just obsess over in Marvel and DC and other comics that are just like, oh my god, I just like him for whatever reason. I just like him because I do. And MODOK is at the top of that list. To get, like, I was excited to see MODOK in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's how much I like this character, for no goddamn reason. So, if that's true that MODOK's in here in some capacity, yay, sign me up. But yeah, also, can we also talk about that we see these little glances of these soldiers in suits with, like, these weird costumes that almost look like the Blade of Marmora from from Voltron Legendary Defender. I was like, is Colivan and the rest of the guys from Blade of Marmora in here? What the fuck? Yeah. So again, this shows how much I've not been following this movie, because I don't know every single goddamn thing about it. So yeah, that's actually kind of fun in a way. In a strange, in a weird cosmic kind of way, it's kind of fun not knowing what's going to happen in a Marvel movie, because they always, and no doubt we're going to get more stuff later on in the year, but for now it's kind of like, yeah, this is kind of fun not knowing what the fuck's going on for a little bit. Same thing with Infinity War, but I feel like we're going to get more information about that, you know, the closer we draw to it, and the same thing with this. But on a whole, I'm really interested to see where they could go with this. And also, like I said, I don't know how much of what's going to happen in, you know, dealing with this is going to deal with the fallout of Infinity War. Because if anything, it just feels like it's going to be dealing with all the effects of Civil War. Which is fine, because we haven't really seen the effects of that. And before everyone says, oh, but DPZ, we had Spider-Man Homecoming, and that kind of deals with the effects of what happens after Civil War. Not necessarily, because Peter was on Tony's side in Civil War, so he didn't really get much. You know, he didn't really get much in terms of, you know, the effects of what happens in Civil War. So that's totally fine. Ant-Man was on Cap's side of the war. So yeah, I want to see what happens in this kind of situation where, you know, this is what happens when you followed Cap. And maybe we'll get more of the fall, and maybe something happens in Infinity War that, you know, makes this situation worse. So that might be the case, is that one of the Cap or one of the other superheroes on a whole does something to make this whole registration thing even more of a big push for the government in the UN on a whole. So that could be, and you know, Scott's feeling the effect of, one of the first to feel the effects of that. So I'm looking forward to this. I like the first movie. Admittedly, watching, you know, having a few rewatches, I'm like, it's not as much as I liked it as much as I first did, but I still like, it's all right. It's nowhere near my top 10 favorite Marvel movies, but still, pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this trailer. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the first trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Also, sorry I didn't really have a lot in terms, because I haven't not been following this movie, like I said. So if anyone knows who the villain is, or villains in this movie, feel free to tell me in the comments below. But yeah, what do you guys think is going to happen in this movie? Do you think it's going to deal with any fallout from Infinity War? And yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.